Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, social media world? It's your boy Sincere, J Red, Flatbush, Brooklyn. Y'all already know. Welcome to the page. Like and subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, I appreciate you. We're doing and watching anything right now, and you're taking the time out and sit here for this 15, 20 minutes to listen to my point of view on things. And like I said, social media world, anything you guys would like to hear my opinion on, or, you might have a comment about something I could be doing, something I cannot be doing, or whatever. I'm open, Like you guys know already that I have a growth mindset. I like to hear feedback. I could take critique and whatever you guys feel, Everybody's different, you know what I mean? Something might move you differently than the next person. So send some comments, send some subjects. You might be going through something, or maybe a family member or whomever, You want my point of view on certain things, especially relationships. That's really my specialty, social media world. To be honest, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm gonna be real honest with you. So the reason why I wanted to start this whole video and make a YouTube page is, I think I mentioned this quite some times already. I want to bridge the gap between men and women. And when I say bridge the gap, meaning have better relationships, understanding and respecting our differences, and just learning how to live amongst each other, because people fall in love and they get married, and some get divorced. Or let's not even take it that deep. People fall in love, get into relationships, spend a significant amount of time in these relationships, and then sometimes they fall out of love. They're not in that in-love feeling anymore. They might have love for this person because of time invested and memories, and who knows what else you guys accumulated in the time together, depending on how long you guys been together. So I want to help people stay in that. When you fell in love, when you decided, like, all right, I'm gonna take this person serious, I want this person to be my person, I want you guys to stay in that zone. Now, it might not be 100% the same no matter what you do, even if everything is picture perfect, great, no arguments, which is unheard of. But I want you to help people stay in that zone where we're still in love with each other. We respect our differences. We're working together as a unit, as a team, to do not what I want to do and not what you want to do, but what works. You know what I'm saying? Because depending on how you grew up, what influenced you, your peers, your mentality, your attitude, and then the person you're with, y'all might have a lot of discrepancies. You might see a lot of things differently in life, certain points of view, and some of those things could really hinder and self-sabotage a relationship if you're definitely not self-aware. And a lot of people are not self-aware because we're not trained and programmed to become self-aware. We're trained and programmed to go to school, get jobs, raise a family, and the fundamentals, but they don't train you how to be self-aware, how to be a thinker, how to kind of resonate with yourself, study yourself, what's your flaws, what you could be learning and unlearning, why you think this way, when do you think that happened. A lot of us don't really look in that deep within ourselves because we're distracted by worldly things, life situations, how we look, our careers, our clothes, our cars, other things, other people, whatever the case may be. You guys get where I'm coming from. But basically, that's what I want to do, social media world, because when you first met your person, you was in love. Let me not say you was in love, but you was infatuated. You wanted to see where it goes, and then I guess it groomed into love. So it was a physical attraction, obviously first, and then you liked their mentality on certain levels, and probably the more you got to know them, that you seen things that you felt would work for you, and you probably seen some things that you felt would not work for you. But like most human beings, we really focus on the positive when we first meet somebody. Everybody's on their best behavior. Everybody's on their, trying to be the best thing since God made to the next person, which is good. But I always say we should be real, because don't portray and pretend to be something you're not, just because within talking to this person, you like them so much or infatuated so much that you like their views and things that they like, and you want to, sway them. So you make it seem like you're this person and you're really not. So this is why I started my YouTube page. I want to bridge that gap so we could stay in the zone. So when we do get relationships, we can vet the people the right way, and I don't waste my time, you don't waste your time, because we all know love is not enough to make a relationship work. People have been falling in love since the beginning of time, and not all people stay together. Everybody are their own individual, and then we come together as a couple. So you've been moving a certain way and doing certain things for so long, and so has this other person. And depending on how far you off with culture, environment, peers, mentality, whatever, is a big difference of how you guys might see things. So that's why I kind of stress we can't always do what we want to do, especially when you're coming into something new. You're single, you could do what you want to do. When you're in a relationship, I'm not going to say it's not about you anymore, because it's always about you. But if you feel like this person, and clearly you want them to be on the same page so you can do it together, and it's not just a one-sided thing, because that's going to lead to bitterness, resentment, anger. It's going to cause problems if one person is putting the work in while the other person is just going with the flow. Unless they're just good like that. But everybody's different. With social media, you get where I'm going with this. This is why I started my YouTube page. I want to help build that gap. I want to help us stay in that honeymoon phase. It's all about self-awareness. It's not easy, but you have to be real. You have to work on yourself. You have to be reading. You have to be educating on becoming self-aware, becoming consciously aware. The more you become self-aware, you can see what you're doing and what you're not doing. Okay, that's number one. Of course, whether you're self-aware or not, you could probably see what the next person is doing or not doing. But you got to see that for yourself. This is why working on yourself is important, because whether you're in a relationship or not, you should be, if you don't even know that what's hindering you, or the problems, the traumas that you probably went through as an adolescent in the young adulthood, you don't even know what's going on, because you've been living with yourself and doing certain things for depending on how old you are. So it's very, very, very important to pick up a book and try to become self-aware. Social media world, nobody likes reading, but reading is where information is. Where you are in life is on you. The habits you've been incorporating, the habits you haven't been incorporating up until this day. It's nobody's fault. Yes, certain things might, how can I say it? Certain things might have contributed, but at the end of the day, everything is a choice, social media world. And if you're not a reader and acquired information that's going to help your mind grow. And I don't mean on an educational level, like, calculus. I mean, as far as self awareness, seeing what you are doing, what you are causing, or what you could be undoing. And that's what it's really all about. Self aware and learning yourself. So now, when you come into a relationship and you're doing this, and hopefully you meet somebody who's doing this as well, or hopefully they see the benefit of you doing it and they start doing it, it makes you guys' lives a lot easier and help interact in a relationship. Because guess what? When both partners are working on themselves, you're not looking at it like, what I'm telling you, when I'm giving you self critique on yourself and feedback about something you did or what you could be doing better, you're not going to get upset with me. Your pride and your ego is not going to get in the way, and you're not going to get defensive. And now we're arguing about something because you felt like I took a jab at you. Now, unless the person's tone and voice is coming at you that way, that's a whole nother conversation, a whole nother video. But if we are talking respectfully, because social media world, the whole point is to get your point across. Now, if you talking aggressively and intimidating, and you're kind of like, your whole demeanor is like you're better than this person, most likely this person is going to get defensive, and everything you're saying is not going to hit home the way you want it to hit home. So you have to work on the delivery. So, because the whole point of a message is for the person to comprehend the message. Does it make no sense to me talking and flopping my mouth, and all you seeing is my tone raised and my body language, but you're not really listening to what I'm saying because you're feeling attacked. So that's another part of self-awareness. Some people don't even know that they're doing that. So you're communicating very, very ineffectively, and you're not getting the results you want, because now this person's getting defensive, and once they get on the defensive train, it's a wrap. Now y'all just playing tennis, swinging back and forth. So this is the prime reason why I started the YouTube page and why I want to do this. I feel like we can do this. We could win. But we have to start looking at it as a unit and not as an individual, even though you are an individual, because you've been living with yourself for your whole life. You have certain ways that are effective and probably ineffective. So now when you come with someone, it's very, very important that you both work on yourselves together so you can do things as a unit. It's not my way, it's not your way, it's the way. Because a lot of self-help books, especially when it comes to the mind, they're all pretty much saying the same thing, social media world. Change starts with you. You want change? Start with yourself. Get new information. Override the information that you've been using since childhood, teenage years, early 20s, depending on how old you are. A lot of those things are not effective. A lot of those things you should have put down and leveled up, but we don't, and we didn't because of life situations. Everybody has a story. Maybe you didn't have time to work on yourself when you were in your 20s and 30s. Maybe it was survival skills. Everybody have reasons and stories, but it's never too late, social media world. It's never too late. Working on yourself. Well, my flips feel kind of dry. Hold on, social media world. Sipping my tea. What kind of tea, you ask? This tea, what I put in here, I put half an avocado seed, elderberry, burdock root, pineapple skin, red onions, garlic. So I boil that. I bring all that to a boil in a pot. Once it starts boiling, I simmer it for maybe like 10, 15 minutes. And then in this cup, I have organic cinnamon powder, organic ginger powder, and organic clove powder. So then I done strained everything that I had born, I strained into the tea, and here it is. I know I was like, why is he explaining the tea? Listen, some of you guys might like tea. And there's a lot of health benefits to that. Google and all the benefits of each individual ingredient I just listed, and you probably start drinking it too. But yes, social media world, working on yourself is very, very important. And that's why a lot of people move apart. They grow apart instead of growing together in a unit. Everybody wants to do their own individual thing, which you can, but you have to do what works. You have to be self-aware and keep in mind, social media world, that the goal for us is to add to each other's happiness, not subtract and not take away, not make me happy. I'm not looking for her to make me happy, which you should not be looking for me to make you happy. You should be looking to add to the happiness, because your happiness is your overall problem. I don't want to say problem, but it's your responsibility. That's the right word. Your happiness is your personal responsibility, social media world. Don't look for people, places, and things to contribute to it. You wanted to contribute to it, but you're not looking to make you happy. Like, oh, if this person doesn't do this, I'm not going to be happy. Or if this doesn't happen, or if I don't go here, or if I don't get this, I won't be happy. But we really have to start opening our mind to read, to get new information that's going to serve us, because we don't know it all, and we're not ever going to know it all. You know what you know from your environment, from your personal experience, your culture, your peers, your parents, wherever, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of things that we don't know are in books or in audibles, and we have to get on it, or we're going to stay the same. Information helps you learn, helps you override certain things. Oh, wow, I didn't even know that was, like, for example, I just give you information. Maybe some people like, why is he putting avocado seed in there? You know what I mean? How I knew about avocado seed? I read something on it. Now, I haven't been doing this, but maybe if I would have read, health benefits on certain things or whatever the case may be, I probably could have been doing this 10, 15 years ago. But because I didn't have this information, or because I wasn't seeking the information, that's why I couldn't do it. So social media world, what you're seeking is seeking you, and you should always be seeking to grow. Life is about balance. But the main concept of this video, I want to tell you why I started a YouTube page in the first place. Leave some comments. Tell me, maybe you might be going through a relationship issue. Maybe you want some advice on why this person is doing this or why this person is not doing that. But in the meantime, work on your self-awareness, because once you become self-aware, you can see what's going on with you, what you should stop doing or what you should start doing. Till the next time. Sincere, J Red, Flatbush, Brooklyn. Y'all already know. Yo.